books lately?
I've been reading...
Go. Find Thalfin and the other battle mages. Stop the gem from reaching Manimako. Dedicated to the last. I cannot thank you enough for bringing the gem here. I have need of it immediately. We have much to speak of and very little time. A new task awaits you, and it is by far the most important you have been entrusted with. Are you truly prepared for this task? I cannot be certain what awaits you, but I am sure we will not speak again after you begin. Then hear me, and hear me well. Manimako will have what he seeks, but it will be his undoing at your hands. With this gem in your possession, you will be impervious to his attempts to enthrall you. When he fails, that is when you shall strike. When we are done speaking, you will take this gem, you will then seek out Manimako and destroy him. Get to him any way you can. It is your only hope for defeating him. I have full confidence in you, and so I leave the guild in your care. When I am gone, you will be recognized as Archmage and leader of the guild. Lead your fellow mages and lead them well. The future rests on your shoulders. Farewell, my friend.
Well met, guildmate.
You would dare to approach the King of Worms? If you seek an audience with His Grace, you must open this door. I hold the key, and I will die defending it. This is the part where... I'm just... getting tired?
Stop where you are! Do your worst!
Yeah!
To arms!
Is it necessary that... I see Bolor was unsuccessful in delaying you. Very well. I shall reanimate him once we are done here. Perhaps we shall chat for a while, since you really have no other options. I must say, I expected Archmage Traven, rather than his star pupil. I am disappointed to see that he could not face me himself. I have met so many of his predecessors over the years. I developed a particular fondness for Galerion, ill-preserved though he may be. But here you are instead, skilled enough to make it this far, which speaks volumes about you. Perhaps you'll be as useful to me as Traven would. Oh, my dear, I didn't mean to imply that you have a choice. I will make you another in a long tradition of worm thralls, and take my time in studying you. Your very soul will be forfeit to me. Power, my dear friend. I seek power, and so I acquire and study those who have some degree of it. We are after the same things, your guild and I. Yet you worry about good and evil, and do not accept they are manifestations of the same thing. So you brand me a villain, and make vain attempts to destroy me. I watch, and I wait, and I collect you when you come for me. Instead of drawing Traven out, I have received you instead. Perhaps I shall personally go and collect him when we are done here.
What's the matter? Getting tired?
You're pathetic!
Archmage, you have returned. Mana Marco has been defeated? I can hardly believe it. The King of Worms is no more! I received a note from Archmage Traven. I know what he did for us and that he selected you to take his place. I will mourn for him during my own private time. For now, I cannot help but rejoice. You have brought safety to the guild, and I thank you. I've already sent word to all the local guild halls that you are now in charge. Congratulations, Archmage. As the Archmage, you are entitled to certain privileges. In addition to the full use of all guild facilities, there is one service available to you. Juliana Fanis has long served Archmage Traven in collecting alchemical ingredients for his personal research. As the new Archmage, I'm sure she'll extend the service to you as well. At your convenience, consult her at the Lustratorium. Farewell, Archmage. Hello, guildmate.
Well met. Ah, yes. Archmage Traven was quite fond of making potions in his spare time. So much so, in fact, that it became difficult for me to meet his needs. I finally accommodated him by enchanting a very special chest for him. You'll find it in the Archmage's quarters. Once a week, place a single ingredient in the chest. After 24 hours, you'll find a sizable quantity of the ingredient available for use. Do be prompt in collecting them, however. Anything left in the chest for a full week will be destroyed. And before you ask, yes, this only works with ingredients. Be very careful in what you place in that chest. I can't be held responsible. Can I interest you in some of my wares? If you come across any unusual ingredients in your travels,
Greetings, Guildmate.
Well met, Guildmate. I heard your quest for the Crusaders' relics was the equal of any of the old tales. Well met, Sir Knight. Can I interest you in some of my wares? You've got to be kidding. That seems a fair price. That's more than I'd usually pay. You drive a hard bargain. An excellent bargain. A fine transaction. You've made a good... You got a... That's... And that's a good you've made. And that's a fair deal. Bye.
Greetings. Hello.
See anything you like? Wow, Palinaria is a tough negotiator. Hard to get her prices down. It's been a pleasure doing business with you.
You have my ear. I'm Watch Captain Auden Zavidius. Don't forget it. I like this city quiet as a mouse. Raise a fuss, and you'll be sorry. When the city is quiet, everybody is happy, right? If you like noise, maybe you're in the wrong place. Truth is, the Legion doesn't know who... Move along. You have the hands.
Hail, Sir Knight.
Please, by all means.
Well met. Hail, everybody.
Hello.
Greetings, Imperial brother.
It's you. Hi.
How goes it?
I've been better.
Have you eaten at the feedback recently?
I try not to eat there. At least it's...
A hail and hearty welcome.
Researching the elixir has been exhausting, but well worth the time. You have the next batch of Nirnroot yet? Words fail me at this point. There must be no stone unturned in all Cyrodiil. I don't know what else to say but to thank you. I'm afraid that this version of the Elixir of Exploration will be the last. I've wrung every bit of information from my research that I can. Since you seem so adept at finding the elusive Nirnroot, if you wish to bring me more, I'd be more than happy to compensate you. Again, I thank you for doing my fieldwork. I look forward to getting more Nirnroot from you. And yes, in 24 hours, I'll have the elixir ready. Here to sell me more Nirnroot? Here it is, my pride and joy, a grand elixir of exploration. Use it in good health, my friend. Of course, if you want more of them, I've whipped up a few. Expensive, but worth every coin.
Good morning.
Hello.
It's my pleasure. Please continue. I've heard you were able to lift the curse from Benaris Manor and destroy Lorgren Benaris once and for all. I thank you for completing the task I set about to do long ago. His unholy craft will no longer threaten the citizens of Anvil. Well done. Good day.
How are you today?
Yeah?
Greetings. Looking for some more work, are you? Good to see you're working hard. I've got some more thieves for you to deal with in Anvil. There have been a number of thefts in the area, and witnesses believe the thieves are holed up nearby. Check around and see what you can learn. I'm not sure the numbers you'll be dealing with, so I'm sending you with another new recruit, Maglier. I believe you two have already met. Get moving. You need to get rid of those thieves.
It's you. Fine.
Oh, it's you. Looks like we're working together. We've got one. Let's hope this one will pay well.
It sounds like the Knights of the Nine are on a real crusade. They're collecting holy relics for something.
Sounds like we need to ask around Anvil for any clues. Figures we'd get a mission without any real direction. I'll follow you.
Payday! Let's roll!
Me children will thank you for your help. Thank you. Can't say I know anything myself, but I heard that Newheim the Portly had some things stolen, and he's been asking around about it. Ask him. Blessings of Anu.
It's you. Hell, what can Newheim the Portly do for you? Traffic through Anvil Harbor comes mostly in exotic, high-profit goods, easy to transport by road or Mages Guild couriers to eastern markets. Quillweave does a lot of traveling to research her books. She must have a lot of experience to share. Aye, I know about those scum. Rotten bastards robbed me blind, they did. Stole a family heirloom. Bunch of Bosmer, if you can believe it. No offense to your friend, of course. Last I heard, they were holed up in Hirota Cave, not too far from here. Took my flagon, they did. Passed down to me from my father Rolf, and from his father Torvald. It's a wondrous cup. Keeps ale cold and sweet. Been drinking from a lousy wooden tankard since. It's just not the same. If you can find it, you'd have the gratitude of Newheim the Portly. You'll find it north of Anvil. Good luck, and give it to those bastards good. You go get 'em, and whip their asses for Newheim.
shouldn't have come out. Take that! Die, cur! I'm just walking. This ends here. This is the part where you fall down and bleed. We're done here. Let's go get paid. Fine. Let's move. It's tavern time.
Good to see you.
Fine.
So have you taken care of those thieves yet? Cleared them out, did you? Good work, you two. I see big things for you with the guild. Here's your payment. I don't have anything for anyone in your... Take care.
Good day.
Take
Be
care.
seeing you.
Be seeing you.
What is it?
You've got a real bounce to your step. I'll bet you're quite the acrobat.
I've got another contract for you, meat. I assume you won't embarrass yourself. It's from Biena Amelian at the Water's Edge settlement. She needs something retrieved from her ancestral tomb. Try not to muck it up. You'll find her at the Water's Edge settlement. It's marked on your map. Haul your carcass to that settlement, meat.
Can you help? Hello. You must be from the Fighters Guild. I'm glad you're here. I need your help to repay a debt. I am Biena Amelian. I'm afraid so. My father had a bit of an issue with gambling. I'm afraid he built up a rather large debt. Now that he's gone, the debt is mine. A great deal over 1,000 septims. My father was quite a gambler. Quite a bad gambler. Gone. Dragged from our house in the night. To pay the debt, I'd like to sell the sword and armor of my grandfather, or I might be next. They were buried with my grandfather in the family tomb. The sword and cuirass were enchanted and should cover my debt. Please get them for me. Not far in my family's ancestral tomb. Here, I can mark it on your map. Please return them to me so I can pay off my father's debts. Are you certain? I can't thank you enough. Please, though, if you decide to retrieve the sword and armor, keep them. At least until I can repay you. I can't tell you how much your help means to me. Thank you again. I'm so grateful. It's a pleasure to meet you. I am Countess Valga of Coral. I wish I had time to chat, but I'm afraid I'm in the middle of an investigation. You are? There is a positively gorgeous home for sale right on the main plaza. You'll be hard-pressed to find a nicer home for sale in Cyrodiil. Well, I'm certainly not about to lower the price. As the head of the Elder Council, High Chancellor Orkato is the de facto ruler of the Empire for the time being. Did you hear about Renaud Germain's long-lost twin brother returning to Coral? Now, I hear there's a stranger in town asking about them. A dark elf from back east, they say. I wonder what he wants. The Count of Skingrad and I are not social intimates. In fact, I don't believe Janus Isildur has any social intimates. So, the brothers have once again reclaimed Weatherly, eh? Good for them. You seem the trusting type. Perhaps you can assist me. It seems someone has taken away an heirloom that is quite dear to me. I want you to help me recover a stolen painting. The painting was of my lost love, the Count Valga, and it has been stolen from my bedchamber. If you find the painting and bring the culprit to justice, you shall be justly rewarded. What say you? Very well. I suggest you begin to gather clues. And I warn you, do not accuse the wrong person, or I shall be quite cross with you. Here are some keys. They should allow you access to many of the restricted areas in Castle Coral. Your best bet is to speak to residents of the castle. Once you have found out all you can, search for physical clues. The painting is all I have left that reminds me of the Count. I spend many a lonely night wishing that the words I speak to it will be heard and not just fall upon the lifeless pigments and canvas. Chanel and Orgnolf both reside in the private quarters section. They have been restricted to remain indoors, so they should be easy to find. You may also want to speak to Bitneld, the captain of the guard. He can be found on patrol in Coral or in the barracks. Finally, I would try speaking to Orak Grogoth, who is my steward. He resides in the private quarters section as well. If he isn't in the castle, he may be at the Northern Goods and Trade, buying food to stock our larder. I was elsewhere at the time of the robbery, and the chamber was locked. The only other people who have had access to the chamber and were unaccounted for are the court mage, Chanel, and the porter, Orgnolf. Don't forget to check with Bitneld, the captain of the guard, my steward, Orak Grogoth, and my herald, Leith Wavrik. When you find enough evidence, confront the person whom you believe to be the villain and see if they will confess. I do not wish them harmed, as I want the thief to face justice. Good luck, investigator.
Hail. Hello, I'm Leith Wavrik, the Chief Herald and Countess Velga's attendant. Welcome to Coral. The Countess is in attendance. Proper etiquette is expected. My duties rely on watching no more than the throne and attending to visitors. But confidentially, I will say that Orgnolf has been acting a bit unusual. His abuse of drink has gotten worse lately. He has taken to asking for money from others to purchase spirits. A porter's wage does not befit his habit. Please, go on. Fare thee well. Good day, ma'am, and welcome to Coral. You're under the watchful eye of the Coral Guards, so don't you worry. We keep the peace, and keep it nice. Bye. Well met.
What can I do for you, Sir Knight? I just feel safe living here in Coral. I mean, We have the head of the Fighters Guild right here in town. I don't trust you enough to reveal details about the castle to you. Good day. What do you want? Yes? Farewell. Go ahead. Go ahead. Every little for me. Now that'll get you something. Huh. I don't remember seeing Channel or Orgnolf that entire evening. But then again, I stayed in my quarters most of the night. There was no point in going on my usual walk with all of the rain falling. As far as Channel and Orgnolf go, they seem fine to me. I only had a minor scrape with Orgnolf recently. I caught him drinking in the West Tower on the upper level. I told him if he didn't stop, I would tell the Countess. He just grumbled and agreed. He hasn't bothered me since. Farewell.
Hail, Sir Knight.
Hello. Are you searching for something? We're simple, gods-fearing folk here in County Coral. Easterners worship their wallets and their fat bellies. The night that the painting was stolen, I was in the courtyard of the castle taking star readings. After a while, I decided to go into the dining area just off the Great Hall. I poured myself some wine and studied the charts I had made until it was time to sleep. From there, I went directly to my chamber and slept the rest of the night. Yes, I have heard that the painting of the Count was taken. I was unaware she hired an outsider to conduct the investigation. May luck be with you. The stolen painting was of Count Volga. Whoever painted it could not do the man justice. He was kind and noble, which is difficult to convey on canvas. I'm afraid other than that, I cannot offer much more information. Until your return.
Welcome. Hail. Good to see you.
Oh, hello. I'm Bitneld, the Curse Bringer, Captain of the Coral Guard. What can I do for you? I'm sorry, I wasn't in that evening. I was making my rounds of Coral. The only odd occurrence lately was with Channel. I have seen her spending a lot of time in the West Tower. When I asked her about it, she said it involved her spell research. I suppose at the time it sounded good enough for me. I'm thinking of doing some traveling, just to see the world a bit. There are a lot of fine-looking women in Coral, but they're all kind of snooty and not very nice. Bye.
You're a fit one. Been running a lot. to see you.
You again? So, you a living statue, or are you gonna say something? The night of the theft, I was in the Great Hall, having an argument with a delivery boy from Braville. It seems his horse lost its footing in the heavy rain we had that night, and the shipment of port that it was carrying slipped to the ground. Oh, the fall broke most of the bottles. He didn't want to claim responsibility, but I gave him what for and sent him away. After that, I spent the rest of the night in my quarters, reading. So, the Countess hired you to find the painting, eh? Well, you'll not find it by gawking at me. The local tavern is a good place to find work. Aye, it was a fine portrait of a fine man. Coral's got plenty to eat and good thick walls, and that suits me fine. I don't know what's going on out there in the woods, and I don't need to. Back to work for poor old Orknolf.
You're a fit one. Been running a lot. Greetings, Khajiit.
Hail! Did you ever do any shopping at Northern Goods? Well...
Any luck yet? Any luck yet? Hello again. I hope your search for the painting goes well. Until your return.
Greetings, Khajiit.
filthy pickpocket! What did you...
It's you. Hi. Hello. You've got a real bounce to your step. I'll bet you're quite the acrobat. How are you today?
I hope the investigation goes well. Return to me when you've found the culprit. I admit to sharing the common enthusiasm for the arena. It is barbaric, but the stakes of life or death make the drama irresistibly compelling. Good luck, investigator.
A pleasure to meet you again. Fare thee well.
Oh, it's Valga's errand boy. How goes the big, important investigation? Back to work for poor old Orknall.
Greetings to you. Greetings. Hi there. Hello.
Any luck yet?
again.
Greetings, investigator.
Hello again. Are you accusing me of taking the painting? Very well. I confess to the crime, but please understand, I only did it out of the great love I had in my heart for Count Volga. It was I that painted that portrait. When the Count was lost, the Countess spent so much time with it that I became jealous. I had to have the painting back, so I decided to steal it, then hide it behind the painting in my quarters. I'm ashamed of my crime, but ready to face what fate has in store for me. I was careless to leave my art supplies around the castle like I did. I suppose I was easy to discover. You have your criminal. Congratulations. I am ashamed that I took the painting, but my love for the Count was greater than you could imagine. We've already been through this, and I admitted my guilt. I am undone.
You've got the hand...
Greet. Oh, you have returned from your investigation, and I'm eager to hear the results. Whom did you accuse? I'm shocked to hear of Chanel's crime, as she has always been such a nice member of our court. But I see that your evidence is without question. She shall be banished from Castle Coral and stripped of her duties. However, I am not without pity, and therefore she shall not be jailed. But she is never to set foot in Coral again. Congratulations on a job well done. As a reward, please accept this bounty of gold and gems. You've earned it. The painting of the Count once again sits in its rightful place. Farewell.
Well, ain't you the High Tom Titty? You want something, I guess, or you wouldn't be messing up my air. Yeah, I used to be Fighters Guild here in Coral, but I done some incarceration for trespassing and theft. Couple of times. You know, they kick you out of the guild if you get caught doing some incarceration. How many? I forget, but I did a lot. The local tavern is a good place to find work. Take care.
An honor to serve you. I'm Imfrid, owner and publican of the Grey Mare, at your service. A room? Or food? Whatever you wish. Bitneld, captain of the castle guard? He seems like such a nice fellow. Too bad I don't see him in here very much. In Coral, we don't think much about what goes on in the Imperial Palace. But these murders, the Emperor and all his sons dead, what's next? Hey. Dharma is the daughter of Cednius, the owner of Northern Goods and Trade. You'll often find her out taking the air near the Great Oak. Farewell.
Good to see you.
What is it now?
Have you ever been in...
I may have a bit of a proposition for you involving the Germain family you so recently assisted. It was kind of you to escort the Germains back to Weatherly. However, the original owner of Weatherly left them an even greater legacy. In fact, there's quite a bit more to their family history than meets the eye. Want to hear about it? Excellent. Curiosity should never be denied, is it not so? And who knows, my story may prove profitable to both of us once it has come to its end. My tale actually begins with the father, Albert Germain. He was once in my employ, or should I say, the employ of my organization. He was very good at obtaining things that people did not want to part with. A professional thief, to put it bluntly. He was assigned to obtain a very valuable item for me. He succeeded, but decided to keep this item for himself. An unfortunate decision. He fled from Coral with his family, and was never heard from again. Only his small son, Reynald, was found, wandering alone in the wilderness. Naturally, my associates and I believed he had perished. The wilderness is, after all, a dangerous place. No place to take your family. Then, these many years later, voila! The brother reappears. It seems the rest of the family did not die in the wilderness after all. Indeed. What is the point of my tale? Albert Germain builds Weatherly way out in the middle of nowhere. He was a thief, not a farmer. The only reason to establish such a place would be to stay out of the Coral Guard's sight. I believe that the item Albert stole, which rightly belongs to me, was hidden at the Weatherly settlement. Unfortunately, the notorious Red Guard Valley ogres ransacked the place and probably took all of the loot back with them. If you were to obtain this item somehow and bring it to me, I would pay you very well for it. I can get you started by telling you where the ogres live. The rest is up to you. There isn't much to tell you about Albert Germain. He was one of my best, then he got greedy. The rest is history. Gilbert and Reynald know nothing of their father's past deeds. If you want to tell them about it, suit yourself. I do not care to describe it. You will know it when you see it, I think. It is not something one of the ogres should have in his possession. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't buy or sell things. Beware. The Red Guard Valley ogres are not known for their hospitality.
helmet! Hello, I'm Laith Wavrik, the Chief Herald and Countess Velga's attendant. Welcome to Coral. Many years ago, when the Count was still alive, a daring thief stole the ancient honor blade of Coral from out of this castle. Why? This is incredible. I never thought to see this sword again. How did you... Never mind. One should not look a gift horse in the mouth. Please accept my thanks on behalf of the people of Coral for restoring this sword and the honor of our city. As a token of our gratitude, I bestow upon you a symbol of honor and heroism, the escutcheon of Coral. You've done a great service to Coral, and you should be proud. The Countess is in attendance. Hey, you're... Fare thee well.
It is quite nice. You'll be... Farewell.
You have something to tell me about my father? I'm at a loss for words. Already I've heard that the honor blade rests again in Castle Coral, and the escutcheon of Coral you have is all the proof I need. My father had told us that he had hidden something away for us, something to provide for our future, but I never imagined it was this. I'm sorry you had to be tasked to right this wrong that my father was responsible for. Once again, you've stuck your neck out for us. Maybe in the past my family was notorious, but never let it be said that the current Gemains don't pay their dues. I'd like you to have this keepsake. My father gave it to me when I was but a lad. I think you should have it. Thanks again, my friend. You are always welcome in our home. Honor suits you well. May your journeys always be safe.
What? Ah, you've got it. Thank the gods. Finally, my mead will stay cold and won't taste like goblin piss. Take these, and my thanks. I can't thank you enough for returning it, friend. Mirabelle Monet runs quite a boarding house. I understand all of the sailors leave very satisfied. Goodbye. Showing your face was the last thing you ever make. Die, cur! Take that! You'll never take me down!
Ah! Ah! Yeah!
You there! Stop where you are! Die, damn you! You'll never take me down! I'm just warming up, you pathetic worm!
Good afternoon. Well met. Good day.
How are you? Yes? Hey! Bye. Yes? I heard you know how to move in light armor.
This is a travesty. A complete and utter travesty. The crystal ball is just sitting there in the hold, but I'll be damned if I'm going back on board. And nobody will help me. Nobody. Not with those spirits roaming the decks. I don't suppose you'll help me. No, of course you won't. Of course you can't. Nobody ever wants to help. That's the... Wait, did you actually say you'd help me? Oh, how wonderful. I can't thank you enough. I've been going out of my mind ever since my crew was murdered. This is my ship, you see, the Serpent's Wake. I hired the crew to sail to Somerset Isle to retrieve a family heirloom, my mother's crystal ball. They made the journey and arrived back all right, but then someone murdered them, all of them. Now their spirits are haunting the ship. The crystal ball is in a chest in the ship's hold, but I can't get to it. I made it as far as the captain's cabin, but the spirits nearly killed me. Get the crystal ball and return it to me here, and I'll make it worth your trouble. Here, you'll need this key. Thank you so much. You did it! You actually made it back with a crystal ball! Oh, thank you! Here, please take this as a reward. It's the captain's enchanted cutlass. I managed to grab it when I was in his cabin before his spirit chased me out. Oh, thank you so very much.
You need to finish out the contract with Bienna Amelian in Water's Edge. What's the status? Paid her debt off yourself, did you? Not gonna get rich that way, meat. Still, the job's done. Here's your payment. You're due for advancement. I hereby name you Protector of the Fighters Guild. I've been told to send you to Coral for some duties. Speak with Orion. Take care.
Have pity, sir. I got nothing.
Walk with... A pleasure to speak with you. I've got another job for you, slightly off the record. You'll be going on a mission with Varanus Daunton. Yes, the Guildmaster's son. You're to accompany him and make sure he succeeds. He needs some time in the field to get his confidence up, or he'll never become a good warrior. Valena coddles the boy too much. Doesn't want him in the line of fire. Suppose it's no surprise after Vitellis. His mother's been holding him back, protecting him. You'll go to Nonwell Cavern with him. Galtus Previa was lost there, and you're to find him. And not a word of this to the Guildmaster. Go find him. He'll be in the Daunton house, most likely, and bring him back in one piece. We got the contract from his aunt. Was in Nonwell looking for gems of some sort. Never heard from again. You and Varanus, go find him. Valena Daunton's eldest son. Good man. We lost him on a botched mission recently. You've probably seen the other wounded around. If you're smart, you'll steer clear of the subject around the Guildmaster. Perhaps you and I will have time to discuss it more later. Time's wasting.
Hello.
Tidings, citizen.
They say
Ready? Greetings, guildmate. What can I do for you? A mission? Well, of course. I'm sure we can do this. You say this came from Orion himself. Well, perhaps I should speak with Mother first. But she's the Guildmaster. Certainly she'd... No. No, you're right. If the order came from Orion, it's a valid one. We should be off immediately. I'm sorry. It's just that I haven't been given many contracts since my brother... since the accident. Let's go. He must be in Nonwil somewhere. Let's get there quickly. Yes, my older brother. He was lost on a mission. Vitellis died valiantly, as we all knew he would. He was the best of us. I'm sure our mother is very proud of him. I'm with you. We should get back to Orion and report what we have found. Dead? I can't believe it. So much death. Be seeing you.
You've got the hands of a smith.
Good day. Have a look around. You won't find better prices in all Tamriel. You've made a good price, an excellent bargain. That's a fine transaction. That's a good deal. You got a great deal there. That's more than a good price for a good customer. You drive a fine. You've made a good bit of. That seems a fair price. Come by.
Hail, Sir Knight. Hail.
It is quite nice to see you again. I hope you are faring well. You are? It's a pleasure to have you become a citizen of Coral. I'll take care of the deed. Here is your key. The house is on the main plaza, between the statue and the chapel. The last tenant of Arborwatch has cleaned the place of furniture. I'd recommend stopping by Northern Goods and Trade. The owner, Seedneus, should have everything you need. We're a mountain people, tough, independent. County Coral is rich in mines and timber, wool and mutton, and hard-working people. Alicia Caro visits her mother in Coral regularly. A dutiful daughter. Farewell.
Greetings, Kachi.
I suppose I have a moment. What is it?
Any new books you've been reading?
Good day. Have a look at my wares. I'm sure there's something to suit you. Thank you. Bye.
You're back. What have you found out about Galtus Pravia's disappearance? Dead? Damn, what got him? Let me see that. Interesting. The symbols on it are familiar to me. I'll be looking into this. Nothing we need to talk about now. I'll pay Varanus for his contract. This is for you. Who knows? I might be able to make soldiers out of you both. I'm going to need you to find Maglir again, the little fetcher. Wish I knew what happened. He had a contract for a local mage in Bravil. Didn't seem like a particularly difficult assignment. He hasn't reported to the client at all. Get yourself down to Bravil and find Maglir. Make sure that contract of his gets done, and send him to me. You'll need to track down Maglir. Again. Look for him in Bravil. Now go. Stop staring at me. Let's get to work.
Have pity on an old...
A pleasure to speak with you. Maglir? I think I've seen him. Try in the Lonely Suitor Lodge. The shores near Bravil are no longer haunted. Seems the ghost hasn't been sighted there any longer. Well, despite everything, Alaron Loesch turned up dead. That's what you get when you deal with gamblers and usurers. You too. Good to see you. Gilgondarin. Take your time.
Keep your eyes on City Swimmer. Greetings.
Oh, you again. I imagine I know why you're here, Guild Rat. She doesn't leave home much, but apparently...
Defaulted? That all you talk about? I'm Blackwood Company now. Plenty of work, the pay is good, and I don't have Orain on my back all the time.
That means a lot, coming from you. You think I didn't hear about you ratting me out to Orain? Now get out of here before my friend and I get angry.
The Divine Crusader herself. To what do I owe this honor? City swimmer. You too.
Spare a coin for the infirm. Me children will... Thanks. Blessings of Stendar upon me.
Good day. I
Bye.
heard Eater.
You again. I imagine I...
You're wasting your time.
What do you want? Take care.
There's no doubt. How are you?
Can I help you, sister?
How are you?
Yes? I assume you've spoken to that lout Maglier.
He's what? That little lump of guar dung. You get back to Braville and take care of that contract. I need to think about this. The little bastard! We took him in when no one else would. This is how he repays us? Talk to Ariari in Braville. She's our client. Do the job.
Stop staring at me. Let's get to work.
Look at the muscles on you.
What is it?
Hi there.
I can't believe Archmage.
Now that Henantir has I do hope our paths cross again.
No,
What can I do for you, Archmage?
No doubt.
Someone removed those gauntlets from the chapel in Corinth.
It's about time someone from the Fighters Guild showed up. I've got work for you to do. I need imp gall for my research. I just don't trust them. I know they're efficient, a bit too efficient for my liking. Some endeavors demand time and care. I need imp gall for my studies. 10 portions of it, in fact. Since I hired the Fighters Guild, I expect you to get it done. And carefully, please. You might check Robbers Glen Cave for the imp gall. That place has been known to contain the imps. Doesn't look like you have it yet. Let me know when you do. I'll be waiting right here.
Hi there.
They say that when you murder
I am
someone,
at your service, Archmage.
Dark Brotherhood. Well, have you found that imp gall for me yet? I've got some research I need to get to. You've got it. Looks fresh, too. I realize you'll be paid by your superior, but take this as well. It might come in handy in your work. Next time, on time, please.
What is it? Shouldn't you be taking care of Maglir's contract? I can't believe we lost another to that bunch. Well done taking care of the contract, though. We can't afford to lose any of them these days. Here's your payment for completion of the contract. I think it's time for us to discuss the Blackwood Company a bit. They weren't always a threat. Small-scale mercenary band, until Riza Kar took over. Then came the fat Imperial contracts. After a mission in Blackmarsh, they set up shop in Leowin, more ruthless than ever. It needs investigating. First, though, you need advancement. Your service to the Guild has not gone unnoticed. Henceforth, you will carry the rank of Defender. Bear the title proudly. I've got something for you, but we're not going to talk about it here. I want you to meet me at my house after sundown. We'll talk more then. We'll talk later. Meet me at my house after dark. Later.
Let's hear it.
Any news?
Please,
Hi there.
go ahead. Did you hear the Fighters Guild
Well met.
Good, you're here. We've got duties to attend to. Duty. That's what all this is about, isn't it? The Blackwood Company is destroying us. They steal our contracts. They steal our members. It's our duty to strike back. We need to make a move against them. And we need to do it now. The Honor Blade has been returned to the castle after all these years. This is certainly a good omen. I've been looking into them, heard some disturbing things. We know they're a danger to us, and we know they're good at what they do. Good question. I've heard stories, but nothing I can prove is true. Maybe they've got a mage working with them. Maybe they're just well-trained. All I know for sure is that they'll accept any contract, and they'll do anything to complete it. And they don't care who gets in the way. Velena's gotten tentative since the Blackheart mission. She's worried about getting us killed. But we're just getting killed a little bit at a time. That mission was the start of it. That was when Vitellis was killed. We were contracted by a wizard, Argoth, to recover an artifact from Blackheart. I went in there with 20 men. I left with 5. Vitellis wasn't one of them. He died covering our retreat. I snooped around. Apparently, they completed that contract for us. I went in there with 20 good men. I can't believe that bunch finished the job. There's more. Argoth, he's dead. The artifact gone. Sounds like a setup. Maybe they made a deal with Blackheart. I don't know. But I'll find out. Now we find out what really happened. And we let it be known. I want to show the people who the Blackwood Company really are. I can't order you to do this with me. It's dangerous, and Velena isn't going to know about it. It's your choice. We leave as soon as you're ready. I want to investigate Blackheart's stronghold in Arpenia. Meet me at the Leowen Guild Hall. We'll go from there. We need to find out what happened with him. It's all suspicious to me. Let's go.